If you ever hear someone calling your name from inside your walls, don't answer. Evan did. He had just moved into an old apartment building, cheap rent. Thick walls. No neighbors he ever really saw. The place smelled like dust and cold metal. But it was quiet. Quiet enough to sleep. On the third night, Evan woke up to a sound he couldn't place. Not loud. Not sharp. Host, rhythmic. A faint tapping. 3 tops. Bows. 3 tops again. He sat up in bed, listening. The sound wasn't coming from the door. It wasn't the window. It was coming from the wall behind his headboard. He told himself it was pipes. Old buildings make noise. Then the tapping stopped, and a voice whispered from inside the wall. Evan, his blood went cold. It sounded like his sister, but his sister lived 3 states away. He didn't respond. He just sat there, frozen, staring at the cracked paint on the wall. The voice stayed silent for a long time. Too long. Then it whispered again, closer this time. "Why won't you answer me?" Evan grabbed his phone, heart pounding, and texted his sister immediately. "Did you call me just now?" No response. The tapping returned. Faster now. More urgent. The walls seemed to vibrate with it. Evan jumped out of bed and backed away, breathing hard. He could swear the voice was moving, sliding through the walls, traveling behind the plaster, following him as he crossed the room. When he reached the bathroom, the tapping shifted. Now it was coming from behind the mirror. He locked himself inside and didn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, Evan convinced himself he imagined it. Stress, exhaustion, a new place messing with his head. He went to work, came home, and tried to act normal. But when he stepped into his apartment, he noticed something new. A thin crack had appeared in the wall above his bed, and around it were fingernail marks. That night, the voice came back earlier. "Evan," it whispered softly. So close now. The tapping was gone. Instead, something scraped slowly behind the wall long, dragging movements, like fingers tracing the inside. Evan screamed for it to stop. The voice laughed. It didn't sound like his sister anymore. It sounded like him. Same tone. Same breath. Same hesitation between words. "Don't you recognize yourself?" it said. "I've been listening to you for so long." The crack in the wall widened with a sharp pop. Dust fell onto the floor. A pale shape pressed against the plaster from the inside, stretching it outward, thinning it like wet paper. Evan backed away until his shoulders hit the opposite wall. "No," he whispered. The wall split open. A hand emerged long, twisted, skin stretched tight over bone. The fingers bent the wrong way as they pulled the hole wider, and then a face leaned through. Evan's face. Same eyes, same scar above the eyebrow. Same terrified expression, except its mouth was too wide. And it smiled. "I just need a little more room," it said. "Then you can stay in here." The lights went out. The next morning, neighbors complained about knocking sounds coming from Evan's apartment wall. When the landlord unlocked the door, the apartment was empty. No Evan, no signs of a struggle. Just a fresh wall, smooth, uncracked, and faintly, from deep inside it, 3 slow taps.